Hi, just a casual chatty sketchbook video today. I thought it would be nice to have a cozy little ramble/life update while I work on this sketchbook page. I think I said in my last video that the next video I'd have up was going to be an ideas to fill your sketchbook video, like kind of quite like a planned, structured thing, but that is taking longer than I planned, so it's getting kicked a little bit ahead, and we've just got this chill one today. The art I'm working on is, so you might have seen in my Japan art supplies haul video that I got this pack of origami paper to try and do some mixed media collaging with. And I haven't really had much chance to play with it, so that's what we're doing today. This is actually my second attempt at trying to film this. I'd originally had a totally different illustration idea. It was a really busy composition with a lot going on, and I just had to abandon that halfway through because it just was not working with the patterned origami paper. There was just too much going on in the page, and it was really visually confusing and you couldn't see what was happening. So yeah, I abandoned that and started again with this, with a simpler composition, because I don't know, I just realised when you're using a medium like this, you've got to let it shine and be the focus of the illustration. Initially, I was kind of disappointed in myself for wasting most of a day on this other piece that just wasn't working and that I had to abandon, and I was kind of beating myself up about that because I'm pretty busy right now and I don't have, the time to waste if I'm not going to get something productive out of it, like a video. I don't know, I realised that although that illustration was a bit of a fail, it was kind of a necessary first step to creating this second try, if you know what I mean, which then went pretty well. So, like, if I hadn't seen with my own two eyes the reasons why that first illustration didn't work, I wouldn't have been able to come up with this second idea or something like that. I don't know, I like to try and find the silver lining in these things. I think productivity is non-linear and it's sometimes kind of hidden and not obvious, I don't know, that makes sense in my head. But yeah, like I said, I've been super busy recently, which is a really good thing. It's good to be busy, especially as an artist, because the opposite means just not having any work, so it's good to be busy. But I really feel like I need to catch my breath for a bit, so it's been a relief to not have a lot planned this past week. This time of year is always really busy for me with artist markets and Comic-Cons and stuff. A couple of weeks ago I had Thought Bubble, a big Comic-Con. There's a vlog up of that, which was it was an amazing experience, but it was also kind of tiring because I had to travel for it and stuff. And then recently I also had an artist market in Glasgow for a whole weekend, which meant getting up really early to travel over from Edinburgh in the mornings. I don't have anything planned for this coming weekend. I'm filming end of November, by the way. But then after that, I'm fully booked till Christmas. I'm going to be at a craft market in the assembly rooms here in Edinburgh on the 7th and the 8th of December. I think this video is going to go up just a few days before that, actually. So if you happen to see this and you're in Edinburgh, hey, come and see me this weekend. It's the assembly rooms, and it's 10:30 till 5 on both the 7th and the 8th. So yeah, come along, there'll be lots of other artists selling, cool things, Christmas gifts, trinkets. And then after that, I have a full week booked with the Winter in the West End market, which is St. John's Church, which is also here in Edinburgh. That's the 9th till the 15th. Online as well, my Etsy orders are ramping up for Christmas, so yeah, I've got a lot on. I've stopped bothering to unpack my art market suitcase between markets because it's just going off to the next one. I do love doing these markets though, I don't mean to complain or anything. So much of being an artist is a really solitary thing and selling to people from behind a screen, so it's really nice to come face to face with people and have them ask questions about the artworks and be able to chat and meet people and stuff like that. I am a massive introvert, so it's pretty tiring, but it's like a good tired. It's like that kind of satisfied tired you get after a big hike, that kind of thing. I'm also trying to pre-film and pre-schedule some videos for January because, big exciting news, I'm going back to Japan again straight after New Year's. I'm so excited. We have been planning to do this ever since we got back from Japan last time. Like, pretty much as soon as the plane landed, we were like, right, what do we have to do to try and make this happen again as soon as possible, because it was incredible. And January it's always a slow time for my business, and flights are a bit cheaper then, so it was just perfect. Because the last time we went to Japan was in April, which is absolute peak tourist season for Japan. There were a lot of things that we wanted to do that we just couldn't manage to get tickets for because they were so oversubscribed. Like for example, the Studio Ghibli Museum. I would love to do that. I absolutely could not get a look in tickets wise in April. I was fighting for my life in the website ticket queue at like 2 a.m. and I did not manage to get one. So I've got my fingers crossed for January. They release a month of tickets in a block on the 10th of the month before, so I'll be fighting for my life on the 10th of December. Pray for me. But yeah, hopefully I'll get some tickets for that, and there's a couple of other things we've got in mind as well. I'm definitely going to be taking a sketchbook with me and doing lots of drawing. I'm hoping to make some YouTube videos as well, doing stuff like drawing on location in various places around Tokyo. I don't think I'll publish another Japan sketchbook zine comic like I did last time, just because the last one was such a huge amount of work and it would be a lot of the same material, so it would be kind of redundant. But I'm hoping to be able to make a Japan sketchbook tour video when I get back, so I'll still be sharing the sketchbook and the artwork that way. But yeah, I'm so excited. I can't wait for the food. Oh my god. I just want to be in a little conveyor belt sushi restaurant right now, ordering my maki rolls and my inari and everything. Oh, I can't wait. The other bit of news I'm going to share, which is bad news, is sadly I have to stop shipping to EU countries. If you follow a lot of artists or small business owners, you've probably already seen people talking about this, but there's some new rules coming into play called GSPR, which basically mean if you're outside of the EU, as the UK sadly is now, you're not allowed to ship into the EU unless your business has a representative living in Europe with a Europe address, I think. Please don't take my word for this. I've been trying to look into it, but the information about it has been kind of spotty and vague. But I'm pretty sure that's the gist of it. They're saying it's for safety regulation reasons, which I'm sure that's true, but I also kind of suspect that it's to encourage, like local economies by making it harder for external companies to import things in. I think that's probably what's happening. I sell my stuff through Etsy, and just, I don't know, because that whole market represents so much money for Etsy, I am betting that they're working away behind the scenes to find a workaround for Etsy sellers. Like maybe Etsy themselves will put an office in Europe and say, oh, all the sellers can use this as their designated person or something like that. But so far we haven't heard anything from Etsy. So for now, the bottom line is I do unfortunately have to stop selling to Europe, which is very sad, not just for me as a seller, but it's also sad for Europeans who now just can't buy anything from artists or small businesses outside of Europe. That's great. That's rubbish for them. Because, that's who this affects at the end of the day. Massive companies can afford to put a representative person in Europe, but small businesses and, one-person operations like me, that's who's hit by it. So it sucks. Bottom line is I do have to stop selling to Europe for the foreseeable future. I'm hoping to find a fix for this, but yeah, that's where we are right now. Anyway, back to the art in the video. I really enjoyed doing this. It's a bit different to my normal kind of art, but that's good to do sometimes, push yourself a little bit. Origami paper is great for creating really satisfying results in not too difficult of a way. I would say even if you aren't as confident in your drawing skills, it's still possible to get really impressive results with it because it just looks cool, But if you don't have access to origami paper, you could play with cuttings from magazines or flyers, or you could use wrapping paper, like Christmas wrapping paper, or you could use washi tape as well. Honestly, washi tape might be easier because then you don't have to mess about with glue. I think there's probably endless opportunities for ways to play with this, and I think the key is going to be to come up with a simple design. That's what I found, to let the patterns of the origami shine and not crowd each other. Do you know what I mean? And the painted elements of this, by the way, are acrylic gouache. I mostly use Turner gouache. They have a range called, I think it's Japanesque gouache, which is very matte and textured, and it's meant to emulate traditional Japanese paints that would have stuff like crushed up minerals in them. So it's got a really fun texture, and I thought that would go well with the origami paper for a Japanese vibe. And yeah, I'm really happy with how it turned out. This sketchbook, by the way, this is a Royal Talens art creation sketchbook. And if you've been on this channel before, you probably heard me complain about how I don't like this paper and I don't think it's very good. But I still feel completionisty about this sketchbook, and I'm really trying to get through it and finish it. But I can happily report that acrylic gouache actually works quite well on this paper. It buckles a little bit, but it doesn't bleed through or anything. So, you know, to be fair, it's got that going for it. And honestly, it's just good to get another page of this sketchbook finished. I'm closer to the end of it now. I have a vague goal to finish this sketchbook by the end of the year, so I can start a new, fresh, crisp one for Japan. So we'll see how that goes. Alright, I'm going to sign off here. Thanks for hanging out with me. I still have a handful of my Japan sketchbook comics in stock on Etsy, so you can check them out in the description if you're interested. Now is the time to strike, because I'm going to close my shop for Christmas in mid-December, and then it's going to stay closed until February because I'll be in Japan. Please say hi in the comments. I love getting comments. Oh, if you've been to Japan, let me know if you have any recommendations for fun Tokyo things to do, especially any kind of quirky outside of the box type of things. Yeah, we can chat about that stuff. Alright, bye for now.